Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, a very warm welcome to you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also comment down below if you have any questions or queries or if I've left anything out. So on Instagram, I engage with you guys on Monday and I basically extended the platform for you to ask me anything around the world of supplements. I have two videos out around supplements. The first one is about like how to kickstart your gym journey, which I will add a card on and you will see it at the top, and the second one was around how to save money on a monthly basis on supplements. I had recently just put out all of the discount specials on the supplements that I use, as well as on supplements that I think are really cool and really high quality for you to start using. But there were a lot of questions around how do I use this, when do I use this, why do I use this over this, and all of that stuff. So I wanted to create a video that is very basic and very simple, that clarifies, debunks and demystifies the world of supplements for you. So the way that I'm going to structure this video, because it can get a bit complex, is I am going to structure it from two perspectives. The perspective of I am wanting to lose weight and the perspective of I am wanting to gain weight. Now when I say gain weight, what I essentially mean by this is gaining lean muscle mass. Okay. So on your health journey, right, there are certain things that you need to do in order to see progress and in order to see change in your body. If you are on a weight loss journey or if you are on a weight gain journey, the fundamentals are the same. You need to eat right. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to run away from this. The fact is, you need to eat right in order to see results. So you need to eat right, and number two, you need to exercise. So what are macros? I touched on it in a previous video about kickstarting your gym journey. I will add it in a card and you can check it out. But essentially, macros are the macronutrients that we use in order to build diets in order to fuel our bodies. Macronutrients consist of carbohydrates, fats and proteins, and depending on what your weight goal is or what your fitness or body goal is, you need to have a certain percentage of your proteins, of your carbohydrates, and yes, of fats in order to shift the dial in your body. If you want to gain weight, for example, I'll actually do a calculation for you, and I'll take screenshots of someone who is wanting to maintain, someone who's wanting to gain, and someone who's wanting to lose, so you can actually see how that plays out and how it looks, and I'll add it onto the screen. So guys, these would be the macro examples of someone who weighs around 59 kilograms with a body fat percentage of 30%. If they are looking to cut or lose fat, then they should be looking at a caloric intake, a daily caloric intake that is, of 966 calories, which will be split between 111.5 grams of protein, 27.8 grams of carbs, and 45.4 grams of fats. So still going in with the same specs of someone who weighs 59 kilograms with a body fat of 30%, then they should be having a daily caloric intake of 1,956 calories, which are broken into 78.5 grams of protein, 288.3 grams of carbs, and 54.3 grams of fats. And lastly, if that same individual is looking to bulk or to gain weight, then they are looking at a daily caloric intake of 2,176 calories, which would be split between 78.5 grams of protein, 329.6 grams of carbs, and 60.5 grams of fats. But obviously guys, with anything relating to your diet, you definitely need to make sure that you are comfortable and your body does not feel exerted to a point of damage or detriment. So these, I would say, are guidelines. As you can see at the bottom, there's basically levers depending on how muscular you want to be, how much fat you want to lose in that week. You can actually adjust them, and then your macros will change according to what you have set. So everything is adjustable and flexible, and it's all about what you want to achieve, but always make sure that it's safe. And also, if you're unsure, consult a dietitian or your doctor before you start calculating macros and getting yourself onto a diet. It's really very simple, so I'm not going to over explain it and over engineer something. I had essentially mentioned that you needed to download a macro calculator. You can even go on the website and you can Google macro calculator and figure out what your macro count is. Your macros are then converted into calories. We have like a calorie bank is how I like to look at it. And everything that you put into your body is a calorie bank. And everything you put into your body, that counts towards the fuel, and that counts towards how much you can have in a day. If you now over deposit, then you will gain weight. Okay, if you under deposit, you will lose weight, and if you deposit for the adequate amount, then you will maintain weight. Think about it in monetary terms and a literal bank account. I hope you understand what macros are. If you want me to go deeper into it, I'm more than happy to, because there's so much to talk about when it comes to macros, but I think that's good enough to give you like a base so that we can move on and get into the world of supplements. And you'll know why I started off with understanding macros and understanding your daily caloric intake before we even get into the world of supplements. Also, I must just add, for those of you looking to lose weight, the way that you train is very, very important. The biggest misconception about losing weight is that you need to run. Yes, running does help to a certain degree, and then there comes a time when your body actually has, it's built up that endurance, and that level of your training and that level of your running needs to get incrementally difficult, or you start to plateau and then you go backwards. That's what happens with cardio, okay? So that's why I always emphasize strength training. Strength training is so important. Like, it might look daunting, it might look difficult, but essentially what happens is you lose weight faster when you incorporate strength training, because muscle burns fat. So the more muscle you have on your body, the quicker and the easier your body can burn fat. So I just thought I might just put that disclaimer out there to say, if you are on a weight loss journey, you definitely have to, number one, mind your diet, be on a caloric deficit, but number two, you need to train heavy. Don't just run, because running is going to get you to a certain point, then you'll plateau, and then you'll dip, and then you'll gain weight, then you'll be frustrated, then you'll quit the gym, and then you'll go back to square one, and you'll be like, the gym sucks, I suck, my body sucks, I hate myself, and you don't want to go there. Okay, cool. So where do supplements come in, guys? Supplements come in at the point where either you're too busy, or financially you just cannot afford eating that kind or that much of food or high quality food, so you supplement certain things. The number one thing that a lot of people who are in fitness supplements is protein. Protein, number one, can be very expensive, but also sometimes just not practical when you have a busy schedule and you work to make 5 eggs and then eat a chicken breast and then have salmon and then have cottage cheese. Because think about it, like, where are you going to store the cheese, where are you going to store the meat, where are you going to cook the meat during the day? Like, it's just a lot of things to do. Yes, you can meal prep. So meal prep, that's why I do my meal preps on Sunday, is to cut back on the number of supplements I take, because essentially you do want your body to get used to the natural kind of macros instead of the superficial or artificial macros that you feed your body. But sometimes, like, shit happens and life is life and you need to take supplements. So as I was saying, the one area that a lot of people supplement in is protein. How do you take a protein shake? A protein shake, I would recommend you take it first thing in the morning and right after your workout. A protein shake is essentially fundamentally used to repair muscle. If you've worked out, you've torn muscle, and you need certain nutrients from protein that kind of repair the muscle tissue so that when it forms, it can be strong and it can grow well. That's why you take a protein shake, or that's why you eat protein, is it heals your muscle. And then there's protein bars, and protein bars are essentially like your snack that you take when you don't want to cheat. So if you are having like a sugar craving, then you'll take a protein bar, or a chocolate craving, then you'll take a protein bar. Essentially, it is a bar that's got sugar, it's got carbs, it's got protein, so it's got your perfect balance of macros. Just be careful with protein bars though, because sometimes they can have a bit too much sugar, and it's almost as though you should have had a slab of chocolate kind of thing. So just be careful about that. So anyway, that's how you take a protein shake. You'll take it in the morning, you'll take it in the evening. And then people add in multivitamins, because obviously you have to eat a certain number of fruits and vegetables as a human being every day. if you think about the money of getting 5 different fruits, 5 different vegetables, but if you think about the time of preparing 5 fruits, 5 vegetables, how are you going to consume all of those things? It's not practical. So people take multivitamins to get those vitamins that they will get in fruits and vegetables. Multivitamins, it says on the pack how you must take it. Sometimes it says take it after meal. Sometimes it says take it in the morning and then after meals. Depending on the brand that you buy, that's when you will take multivitamins. And then also, guys, as I've mentioned, macros consist of carbs, of fats, and of proteins. The fat component is very, very interesting because you need to get that perfect balance of having healthy fats and also consuming fats. So what a lot of people do is, because I mean avocados also can get expensive, especially if they're not in season, and also salmon, the price of salmon, guys. So you start to think, okay, how can I get healthy fats? And that's why the good Lord created someone who invented something called omega-3 and omega-6 and maybe omega-9 fatty acids. So you can go into Bcomm and get yourself those fatty acids, and you take those as well according to the packet. And that's the reason why people take oils. Remember, all of these things are in order to supplement your macro target. And then, guys, my other supplement that I speak about a lot is pre-workout. Now, I am on the fence about pre-workout. I have a love-hate relationship with it because, number one, it's super, super expensive, especially like the premium or good quality ones can set you back for around 450 to like 1,000 Rand. That's essentially like the band of really super good pre-workouts. I take Optimum Nutrition, and as I said on my Instagram, if you are hypersensitive to caffeine, be careful. Take literally a quarter scoop, guys, because that thing, when you take it for the first time, can leave you sleepless for literally 24 hours. Like, I kid you not. So pre-workouts are really good to give you like that pump and that feel. Like whenever you feel like, oh, I can't get to the gym today, you take pre-workout and you are good to go. But recently, guys, I found a really cheaper hack that I'm really so proud of, which is drinking coffee. So drinking coffee before your workout can also give you that same effect as a pre-workout for a fraction of the price. So if you can't afford pre-workout, or if you're scared to take pre-workout, I recommend you do if you really want to get into it and get a good pump and focus throughout your workout. However, if financially like it's just not in your reach right now, you can definitely have coffee, and that works the same as pre-workout, and it's healthier and I think more natural. Okay, guys, also another thing that I noticed is when I started eating a lot with my weight gain journey, aka muscle gain journey, I realized that I wasn't giving my stomach or my body enough time to metabolize and digest my food, and I ended up feeling a lot of like indigestion and constipation because my body was shocked. Like, I've never eaten so much and so much and so often before. So what I also added into my regimen, I never know the correct word to use, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. So what I added into my whole program was digestive enzymes in order to help digest the food in my stomach and help it flow so that I can be regular. So if you are also a person with a slow or moderate metabolism, you might want to consider incorporating all of that. So guys, I hope you're seeing throughout this process that supplements are added in order to aid or supplement a thing that you are already doing, kind of thing. Okay, it's not a thing that replaces something else. And I think it's really fitting for me to emphasize on this when I'm moving into what do you do when you're wanting to lose weight component, because when you are going on a weight loss journey, the number one thing that you have to add, that obviously you don't add when you're gaining weight, is you need to take a fat burner. But as I had mentioned, a fat burner helps you burn fat in the process of exercising. So that's why I'm saying all of these things that you take, you must think in your mind, what am I supplementing? What am I enhancing? What am I helping? When you are going on a weight loss journey, the number one thing that you must incorporate, or that I think really, really helps, is a fat burner. I really like the Ripped Freak 2.0 fat burner. Also, if you have a high caffeine sensitivity, just take one capsule. It really does make you sweat, but I feel like in a way that it's working, because when you sweat, you are sweating out all of the toxins and water weight. So sweating is okay if you don't mind it. So that's the one side effect about that fat burner. I've tried 3 fat burners, and by far, guys, this one works. I've tried it. Yeah, really, if you want to invest in a fat burner, take the Farmer Freak Ripped Freak fat burner. It works. Okay guys, I think I've covered all of the important supplements that you need to take on your journey. And essentially the core message of my video is, if you're going to enter the world of supplements, understand why you're taking that supplement. If you're already hitting your macros without supplements, there is no need for supplements, guys. Trust me. However, if you are on a time crunch, financial crunch, then you definitely might be the correct candidate for supplements. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really actually enjoyed talking to you about this, and I hope I made it simple enough for a beginner to understand and to comprehend when, why, how, what you take. If you still have questions though, I am more than happy to answer them. Please leave them in the comments box down below and I will get to them. Until then guys, bye.